there's some people that saying that they don't like the fact that Trump is having a 90-day pause. The liberals, the Democrats are saying that they don't like the deal that they have with Trump. They don't even know anything about a deal. Only thing that they said was that they were going to pause it for 90 days and reduce tariffs because China agreed to reduce their tariffs down to 10%. And so the United States of America reduced their reciprocal tariffs down to 30%. And they're continuing to do a deal. So first of all, okay. So first y'all complain that Trump is using tariffs in order to get a deal done that works in the favor of the United States of America. Then they complain and say, well, we don't like the fact that Trump is doing a deal with China in order to get more products over here that we like. Which side of the aisle are y'all going to be on? So we're going to hear it from both the Democrat and the Republican side, and we're going to get it from the business side on Fox News. Again, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel. It is, Jerry. Forehead kisses is intimate. Mwah. Mwah. And listen, when y'all kiss the forehead, don't kiss it once and don't be overly aggressive. Mwah. Don't do that. Rub her hair back. So precious to me. Keep pulling her hair back. She's still trying to make sure ain't nothing in her eyes. She doing this. Make sure it don't get in her eyes. Stop. Hug her. You mean so much to me. I gotta keep you on the team. Where the rag at? Oh, man, we gotta focus, y'all. I'm gonna cut that part out when I clip this up. Let's see what Fox Business News is saying about Trump's tariffs and whether or not he's doing a good deal with his deal with China.
12 minutes into the trading session, and boy, have we got a rally for you. The Dow's back to a 1,000-point gain. The Nasdaq is at a 3.25% gain, and the S&P 500 is up 2.5%. That's a very strong start to a Monday morning. Over the weekend, President Trump took to Truth Social to celebrate.
Y'all be messing up the show. Y'all got me over here. I wouldn't be having this conversation if they don't keep pushing me. They want me to crash out so bad.
Tariffs, he called it a financial revolution. Stephen Moore joins me. Steve, I know you're not a fan of the tariffs, but would you call what we've got going now a financial revolution?
Well, it could be the start of one. You know, what Trump has basically been saying, and you're right, I'm not a big tariff guy. I'm much more in favor of free trade and lower tariffs. But if Trump can pull this off, and the only country that could do this is the United States, because we're the hub of the world economy, is to force all these other countries to lower their tariffs. And it looks right now like he's succeeding. I mean, we got that blockbuster deal with the UK last week, and now it looks like, I don't know all the details, I don't think any of us do at this point with respect to China, but it looks like it's a dramatic reduction in tariffs on both sides of the Pacific with respect to the U.S. reducing our tariffs and China theirs. If you get this domino effect, then you're going to see a lot more green on that screen over the next few weeks. Now, I still think there's a lot of, I don't want to rain on this parade, but I still think there's a lot of choppy waters to go with respect to the devil really being in the details of how these negotiations are going to proceed. But, oh my God, I mean, what's the Dow up now? 3,000 points from its low point?
What did I tell y'all to do? What did I tell y'all to do? Hey, go over there, purchase stocks. It's going to be a discount. We're going to run up a bag. For those of you that didn't have no debt and you've been stacking and you're trying to figure out what to do with your money, go and run up a bag. Go buy stocks. Go get rich. Trump said it. Hey, this is going to be a great wealth transfer. It's an opportunity for y'all to make a bag. Go buy stocks. Go get rich. And you know what you did? You sat on your hands. I don't like it. Bag chasers are strategizing. We said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and add another thread into the Discord. We're going to figure out where the money is. Dow was up 3,000 since its low. Ain't even been 2 months. Some of y'all has doubled and tripled your net worth. You continued to dollar cost average. You didn't panic. You didn't sell. You didn't jump off a bridge. They don't have anything to criticize anymore. We doing deals with China. The Dow is going to continue to go up. The S&P 500 is going to continue to go up. You are going to experience over the next 3.5 to 4 years some of the biggest returns of all time. All time. And you know what these broke liberals and these dusties that want diversity, equity, and inclusion did? They sat on their hands and they said, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm about to start paying my the people that stream with me, I'm about to start forcing them. Carrie, Mika, Quentin, Slammy, Molly, Kim, Q, I'm about to start paying them 75% in stocks. 25% of what I pay them, I'm going to pay them in cash. The other, or I'm going to pay them in a check. And then the other 75% of their checks, I'm going to start paying them in stocks. I'm not messing around. I'm going to force y'all. I'm going to start forcing people to invest in themselves. I'm not going to depend on y'all to do it for yourself. This is too much money for us to take advantage of. And if you are not taking advantage of it, that is unfortunate for you. I'm about to start paying my people in stocks and crypto. I'm honest to God, I ain't playing. I'm about to start paying my people in stocks and crypto. I'm not paying them no more in regular money. If they want the cash out of it, it's gonna have to be a barrier to entry. They're gonna have to jump over in order to get there. I'm paying them in stocks and crypto from now on. It's too much money being made for us not to take advantage of this.
By the way, this is pretty close to a high point, isn't it, on the Dow? We're pretty close to it.
Yeah, we're not too far away from it. Let me put it like that. But look at the gains in the NASDAQ are absolutely spectacular.
Spectacular.
Never see anything. Well,
so, by the way, Stuart, you've known me a long time. I very rarely admit that I was wrong, but maybe I was wrong about this strategy.
I'm going to pay them 40% stocks, 40% crypto, and then the other 20% I'm going to give it to him as a regular deposit.
Because if he's able to pull this off, to my free trade friends out there, we would end up with freer trade and less restraints on trade, both in terms of the tariffs and the non-tariff barriers to America.
Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is over 103,000. I started buying crypto. I've been understanding it. I'm going to go ahead and have that conversation on how we going to diversify our portfolio inside of the Patreon. Bitcoin is over 103,000.
Our goods abroad. So this could turn out, but I don't want irrational exuberance here, because I want to make sure that we're calm about this and realize there's still a lot of work to be done on the tariff front.
Okay, Republicans are working on Trump's big, beautiful bill.
Yep.
But the Wall Street Journal says, look,
your cars just put it in the chat. If y'all in the Patreon, but y'all are not attached to the Discord, the link to the Discord is in the description of any of the most recent videos inside of the Patreon. For you to find your tribe and your community, because we continue the conversations even after the live streams and the videos. Y'all need to do that.
Tax cuts are shrinking. See that? The incredible shrinking GOP tax cut. Are they accurate? Are we getting less of a tax cut than we were hoping for?
Well, not exactly. By the way, as you know, I was on the editorial board there for 10 years, so a lot of friends there are still working on these editorials. I think they're a little bit behind the curve on that piece ran, I think, on Saturday, but just over the weekend now you're seeing Republicans and President Trump saying we're not going to raise the highest tax rate because we were all worried about that. That would be the dumbest thing to do, because the most harmful rate is the one that has the highest rate. It has the most distortionary effects. So I'm feeling a lot better about things. I would put the odds at 85% at this point, Stuart, that we will get this deal cut. I think now we're looking at maybe 4th of July. I would have liked to have seen it done on Memorial Day. A lot of deals that still need to be cut on that, but I think it's going to be a big, beautiful bill in the end. I really do.
So what happens to the market and the economy? We've got the China trade deal. There are 24 other deals on paper ready to be signed. Suppose we get the tax cut. You've said there's an 85% chance that we get it, and we get some deregulation stuff. What happens to the market then?
Well, it's a beautiful picture. The only real question is how much of that is already priced into the market. I'd say probably a lot of it is,
Brown girl,
because
we
I
talk
think most
about it inside
investors
of the
do realize
Patreon.
this tax cut is going to happen. The trade deals, I think, are just harder to predict. I mean, my gosh, sir, you've been in this business a long time. Have you ever seen a market like this? I mean, up and down. Remember, it was three weeks ago. I mean, I was on the ledge ready to jump off, and now look at these numbers. So we're not out of the woods yet. I just want to remind people that there's.
So the very economists, such as the man that's sitting here right now, the very economists that criticized Trump when Trump said we are going to make more money in stocks and the stock market than ever before, is now back on the bandwagon, and he's still trying to teeter and say, well, we're not out of the woods yet, but everything seems to be going in the right direction. However, on CNN, they have frizzy-haired economists that are saying that they don't like the deal that's going on with China. Check it out.
Justin, great to see you.
And let me also say this to Phil. You see how we don't censor people and we let you get your shit off, and we still allowing for you to say what you want to say inside of the chat? That's how we rock over here. We big boys. It's the big boy club. Now, I know that a lot of y'all like to get a little bit more disrespectful than usual when you try to find, when somebody give you a little bit of freedom. Tread carefully. But people can disagree with us over here on the Millionaire Morning Show. We not tripping.
Always your reaction to this deal to come up with a longer-term deal later.
Let me give you a short-term reaction and a longer run. The short-term reaction is this is very good news. Our tariffs on China were previously so high it was effectively an embargo. We don't actually have to travel to Geneva for the US government to decide to cut the rate at which it taxes Americans for importing goods from China, but I'm glad that it did, and it's going to create a whole lot of calm for the next few days. The medium run thing to worry about is, at the moment, the half-life of a tariff announcement from the White House is around 6 to 8 days. So as encouraged as I am that this is the movement, the direction in which it's moving, I'm not sure that that businesses can be confident that we're going to hit the more harmonious times that we had prior to this administration.
The director of the National Economic Council, Kevin Hassett, says that China made certain concessions when it came to allowing U.S. exporters to enter the Chinese market, or certain aspects of the Chinese market. I wonder what you make of that. Is that a win that the White House can point to justify levying these tariffs to begin with?
Oh, it's not a win and it's not a justification, but more to the point, when the White House says we got some concessions, but I'm not telling you what they are, they told us this about the Britain-UK deal, and it turns out that the UK-US deal, that was actually not a deal. It was an agreement to have an agreement at some point in the future. So if it's not written down and signed and they're not willing to show us that, then I'm not sure I believe it.
It's called a process, and he had the UK on the phone, and they agreed to it, and so they're hammering out the little details so that they can get a deal signed. But this is just proof. Even when Trump is winning and he's proving all of his haters wrong, you can't satisfy everybody because somebody is going to act like they're disappointed and they're going to act like they're butthurt about the whole situation. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.